Have you ever wanted to blow stuff up? To make a huge explosion, a huge mess, and then not even clean anything up? Well, I know it may sound like a dream, but it's actually very fun and very easy, and it doesn't even require much cleaning. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how exactly to make a volcano project. It's extremely fun and extremely easy, and it requires only a few simple ingredients. A few measuring cups to measure the ingredients, and some measuring spoons. The water bottle, you can fill it about 1/4 of the way with water if you'd like. Some dish soap, some white vinegar, and finally, some baking soda. Baking soda will be a little bit hard to pull out, so if you already have it in a bowl, then that's great. You'll also want some cardboard to keep your area clean so that it doesn't make much of a mess. First, let me tell you a brief history about volcanoes. The oldest known volcanic eruption can be traced back to about 1500 BC, where the Italian Mount Nida first erupted, killing thousands of people. At the time, Italy was a hugely populated place. Since then, Mount Nida has erupted over 190 times, and it's still continuously active. So have dozens and hundreds of other volcanoes that erupt constantly every day. These eruptions have also killed millions and millions of people. Now that you know a little bit about volcanoes, let's move on to the actual experiment. First off, you want to make sure that your cardboard is underneath the area you're going to use, because otherwise it'll make a huge mess that you wouldn't want to clean up otherwise. Once you're done with that, then you want to take the water bottle and add some dish soap. You have to carefully measure out the amount of dish soap you add, and you'll eventually want to add about 1 ounce. You can alter it a little bit depending on how much foaminess you want. More dish soap equals more foaminess. Once you add the dish soap, you can start working on the baking soda. The baking soda and the dish soap are both reactants, so they won't react instantly when you mix them. That's why you can use the same measuring cup. You'll want to measure about 5 tablespoons of baking soda in the cup. And again, it's going to be a little bit difficult to take out. If you want a larger eruption, then you can also alter the amount of baking soda. More baking soda and vinegar equals a larger eruption. Remember that the size of your bottle also affects the situation, because a larger bottle means less of an eruption. Once you have your baking soda, you can carefully add it into the bottle. It'll stick to the cup a little, but you should eventually be able to get it out. And remember to keep it on top of the cardboard so it doesn't make a huge mess. Once you've poured in all of your baking soda, you can carefully wipe around the edges and add any more baking soda that you've missed in the cup. Be sure to do this last step, as it ensures that the dish soap and baking soda are mixed into the bottle. Once you've added both the dish soap and the baking soda, you should only have the vinegar left. The vinegar is the most tricky part. As soon as you put the vinegar, you'll want to run away and back up a few feet, so that, depending on the size of your explosion, none of it lands on you. You'll add about 5 tablespoons of vinegar, and make sure that you don't use the same measuring cup that you used for the baking soda and dish soap. Otherwise, it'll react quickly. Instead, you can use another measuring cup and pour in about 5 tablespoons. The vinegar should be extremely easy to pour into the bottle, but the important part is that you back away quickly so that you can catch the eruption. You'll also want to keep this step for the last thing you do before the presentation, if you're presenting somewhere else at a school fair, for example. Now the explosion will happen. It'll slowly erupt and it'll slowly rise to the top. You'll want to make sure that when this does happen, it won't ooze all over you. And instead, it'll ooze directly onto the cardboard. For foamier texture, you can add more dish soap and for a larger explosion, you can add more baking soda and more vinegar. Remember that you'll eventually have to clean it up. You can also try adding food coloring to the mixture, to the bottle, before you add the mixture, so that the lava will turn red, blue, or purple, depending on which coloring you're using. You can also make a papier-mâché base using thin newspaper strips and soaked in glue that you arrange carefully around the bottle. It'll take about 1 hour to make this base, and you can also paint it. But it'll take another 12 hours to dry, so be prepared for this. With that, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make a volcano model, and I hope you'll make plenty more with your friends and family. It's a really lovable, or should I say lovable experiment, because it can be done dozens of times if you're careful. I hope you had an explosion of fun, literally. Thank you.